Should Kamala Harris be having Bill Clinton lead a discussion on women's empowerment? We'll have all the details for you tonight as we indoctrinate you into socialism. Seriously, this stuff just writes itself. Vice President Kamala Harris will be having a discussion with former President Bill Clinton on women's empowerment as part of a virtual event with young women from around the world. And Kamala is taking on a lot of criticism for this. I don't know why. I like it. I think it's a great idea. Contrary to the unfair critics, Kamala is aware that no one's more interested in women than Bill Clinton. So who better to empower women? Bill Clinton, who looks like this now, is a perfect fit to lead the charge for women's empowerment, as his track record can attest to. One instance is in 1995 when Bill Clinton empowered White House intern Monica Lewinsky with a sexual relationship that lasted for 2 years. No men in the White House were given the same opportunity during the same period, yet President Clinton has always had an eye for spotting talented women and is generously willing to provide opportunities to reward them. Bill Clinton was 49 years old and Monica Lewinsky was 22 at the time that her women's empowerment with him began. Who has a better eye for spotting talent than Bill Clinton? Kamala Harris. As the first female vice president, she spotted Bill Clinton's talent for getting into women to bring out their talent. And now Kamala will help bring him to more women. And that means you should trust her just as much as you trust Bill Clinton. Maybe more, because she's a woman, right? Just ask Ghislaine Maxwell, who also empowers women. Here's a picture of Ghislaine with Bill Clinton on Epstein's jet. Maybe we can get another women's empowerment picture, this time with Bill and Kamala. Could the public be so lucky? Known women's empowerment enthusiast Jeffrey Epstein also got a picture with fellow women's empowerment enthusiast Bill Clinton from one of the 26 times they flew together on Epstein's jet. We, the public, would love to hear more of their stories together, but Bill's too humble to talk about them. And Jeffrey contracted a rather nasty case of breaking his own neck with someone else's hands in his jail cell, so he's no longer able to talk about their stories together either. But the naysayers are still making a fuss for some reason with their conspiratorial views against Kamala, who's the first woman vice president of color, as she'll be talking with a white man, who's very privileged, I might add, to tell young women what empowerment is for them. Some people mistakenly believe that Kamala has strategically paraded her first female vice president of color virtues to the public just to get them to believe that she stands for women's empowerment and empowering people of color, when she actually doesn't stand for the empowerment of either. And I say that is completely false, because that is not what we at the mainstream media are instructed to get you to believe. But nonetheless, one of the naysayers who is rather displeased with Kamala's choice is Juanita Broderick, who has accused Bill Clinton of raping her back in 1978. And she even wrote a book about it. Surely Kamala, the first woman vice president, believes Juanita's allegations, who's also a woman. Doesn't she? Well, we have no evidence if Kamala believes her or not, because she's too busy not saluting soldiers as she's preparing for her women's empowerment discussion with Bill Clinton. This just in! Maybe the attendees of the event will be lucky enough to turn out like Paula Jones, who was empowered by Mr. Clinton with $850,000 as part of the settlement for his alleged sexual harassment empowerment towards her. While Kamala will be on stage with Bill Clinton talking down to women, surprisingly, President Biden is not slated to be part of the women's empowerment discussion, as his schedule is filled with hiding from the public and eating applesauce. And as of today, for the women's empowerment discussion, Kamala has not invited Bill Cosby to be a part of it. There's been no word as to why. So in conclusion, should Kamala Harris be giving a women's empowerment talk with Bill Clinton? The answer is a resounding yes. because it's very congruent with who she is. And for anyone who doesn't like Bill Clinton, it's clear that the only reason why you don't like him is because Kamala is a woman of color. And you should be ashamed of yourselves. It looks like the women of America will keep having a bright future ahead of them as long as they continue to follow the woman that men picked out and put into her position in order to get women to follow her and therefore to follow their rules as well. That's it for tonight. These are the people you choose to trust, so you deserve what you get. What's up, my friend? I want to thank the sponsor of this video, my new line of Freedom merch. Now, if you're someone who hates freedom, I absolutely promise you, you will not like anything on my new line. You'll probably be allergic to it, have like a gluten intolerance to it maybe, so you won't want to check it out. But if you're someone like me who likes to stand for freedom and flex your freedom and represent it to people around you to help spread the vibe of freedom, kind of like when we need it most in the world, you might find something in the new line of merch that you love. I've put my heart and soul into developing this new Freedom line of merch. I've got t-shirts, hoodies, and laser etched tumblers. And my 3 favorite concepts from the new line are the free thinker, legalize freedom, and awake but not woke. To check it out and start spreading the vibes of freedom, go to my website, awakenwithjp.com.